What is going on, my beautiful people, man? This video, I literally just want to tell you and let you know that it can be done through God's power. Just rely on God's power. That's all you need to rely on. It's a beautiful thing. And you might be thinking, how can I do that? How does that work? How can I just sit back? Not even necessarily sit back, but how can I continue to move while also not even having to be in a fear and anxiety, but being in a joy, a love, knowing that God is working behind the scenes and it all comes upon Him. Because right now, I was sitting here and, I was getting a workout in. And when I was getting a workout in, I was just thinking about the fact that I wanted to record these videos and I'm like, whew, like even recording one or a couple of videos, like it feels good. But then I thought about the fact that for the past 5 months, I had been recording 5 videos a day, every single day. And I did that for 5 freaking months. It is insane because I know that that is not my power. That's not me doing that. That was the grace of God and the power of God working within me. Because I think about it, for me, during the times when I was recording these videos, it can be certain things where you don't want to record when certain people are there. Yeah, because you don't want people to hear exactly what you're going to say, because you're going to say some things that are going to be like, I don't know, whatever it might be. Or I'll go to the backyard and, sometimes the neighbors will be out there and you wouldn't want to record. And after I'm done with the 5 videos a day with that, got that done, I'm like, how the freak did I do that? Because even now I'll go out there and there'll be neighbors out there and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't have to record, that's fine. But if I did, that would be kind of tough. I have no idea how I did it. I have no idea, but I know that it's power of God. And the beautiful thing about that is when I was doing the 5 videos a day, every single day I was getting them up. I don't know how I remembered. I'm very forgetful for things. Ask people in my life. I forget things a lot. But I was doing it 5 videos a day every night. I would always somehow, some way throughout the night, I would remember and I would go upload. Or record the videos and I would upload. Record the videos and I would upload. But the last day that I was recording the videos, that I needed the last 5 videos, I was recording them. I ended up going to an HEB recording. I had this whole shebang that was going on at the time that I was waiting for, something that I was hoping for from God. And I ended up being pretty much out all night. And I recorded the last 5 videos and I was really just waiting for this thing. But I was like, okay, I gotta hurry up and get back home and upload these videos for the last 5 before the end of the night. I realized, it's kind of like cutting it a little bit close. Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but I was cutting it close. I ended up rushing all the way back home. It was already past 11:40, and I had to rush all the way back home. Excuse me. I rush all the way home. I get on the computer right here, and I start uploading the videos. I just need them to get at least a little bit up so that I can title them real quick and just upload them. And I'm just doing it. I'm doing it as fast as I can because I was like, I gotta get these videos up. And I'm going. I get 1 video out, 2 videos out. I'm like, okay, I think I can make it. I'm cutting it with 3, I'm cutting less than 5 minutes, and I'm like, I got this one. I get the 3rd one, I get the 4th one, and then I get to the 5th one. I'm doing it. I'm like, title it real quick. You're kind of thinking about it. I title it real fast, and then I look at the time, and it was already midnight. I think it was it was already midnight, and I sat there and I was like, there was something about it where I've done all the videos and I've in my mind I was like, I completed the goal. But then sometimes our mind is funny and it was like, do I not give myself the credit because I got this one up past midnight even though it's the last day, all that stuff. And it was so funny because I was like, I don't want to think about it because it's just damn, did I really remove that kind of fulfillment of I completed this goal because I didn't get this last video up before midnight. But then I kind of was sitting there and I was thinking about it, and I think the beauty of it is I truly believe, because I wasn't even thinking about this at the time. I literally wasn't thinking about this until afterwards. But I truly do believe that God was showing me that it was His power. The last video Out of all these videos, I could have had any of these videos not get up. And it's not like I was purposely not trying to get this video up. I was trying my damn hardest. I know I was. But the last video is the one that I didn't get up before midnight. And I truly believe God was telling me that it was His power that was working to be able to get that done. And it's that same power that can move within you if you just go to Him. I didn't understand it. I was like, I don't know how going to Him is going to help. I didn't always understand it. I was like, I'm going to try. But the more I started to lean into God, the more I realized that all the good in your life is going to come from having the energy of God and going towards God and allowing His power to rest upon you. There's a beautiful verse in Scripture that goes, "For your grace is sufficient. For my grace is sufficient for you. For my power is made perfect in weakness." And that's basically just telling us that it's okay to be weak. It's okay that I was lazy before I was able to get up all those videos. It's okay that I wondered if I was going to be able to do stuff, if I was going to have the passion that I have right now. I didn't know if I could ever get that. It's okay. It's okay that I had major insecurities before I was recording these videos. It was okay that I had issues recording videos around certain people and areas at the time. Yeah, it's crazy. It's okay that sometimes I didn't know if I was doing the right thing getting these videos up. It's okay if I felt like some of the times I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get the videos up and I doubted and I didn't know, or I didn't always, and I made mistakes and I sinned and I did that stuff. It's okay. For it's not our power. It's God's power resting upon us. And I think that is freaking incredible to know that power is with you. That power can be there. And I think that verse, "For my grace is sufficient for you," is so powerful. Because once you start to lean on that, and even if you start reciting it, carry it into your week as a mantra, what I realized is that I didn't always want to be weak. I would hide my weaknesses. I wouldn't tell nobody about like these things that I was dealing with or the insecurities or this or that. But the more that I'm seeing God's grace be His power resting upon me, the more I'm just boasting about it, like it talks about in that verse. But the thing I realized too is that there was a time like a couple of days ago where I wanted to go to my Bible study, which I sometimes get a little bit nervous or anxious, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of older guys there, and whatever. You're attached to the outcome. You're like, oh, I want it to go good. I want to have a great time. I want to share great stuff. I'm sorry, I drank a lot of water. But what I realized is that there would be some times where I'm like, oh, if my hair doesn't come out right and it's looking stupid, it's going to distract people. I'm not going to be able to connect, anything like that. It's all going to be hinging upon making sure that I'm bringing my best into it. I'm doing everything. I got to make sure that I get enough sleep, all that stuff. But then I saw that verse again, and I saw the story of Paul going throughout. He was the number one advocate against Christians. God ends up speaking to him. Jesus speaks to him. He changes his ways around, ends up trying to go to the disciples. They don't accept him because they don't believe that he's really a disciple. The Christians don't accept him, but he goes and he professes to people that are not Christian. He goes over there and he continues to share that light and energy, and it's beautiful because that's all he was doing. He wasn't relying on he needs to be number one. He needs to have everything perfect. He made mistakes. He was the number one advocate against Christians, put him in jail. But once he started to realize, that's what God tells him later on down the line when he's dealing with all this stuff and he has a thorn in his side. He's like, God, remove this. God just tells him, for my grace is sufficient for you. He tells him that exact verse. And it's beautiful because I've realized that he was just relying on that grace the whole time. It was God's grace that he wasn't persecuted for going against the church, going against all this stuff. God's grace that led him to go speak to the people that he was going to be able to connect with, do all that stuff. Same goes for us. Whenever I go out, whenever you go out, we're going out and we're just relying on the fact that God's going to lead us to the right place. It's not upon how we look. It's not upon how we sound. It's not upon anything that I say. It's not upon anything that I'm able to do and bring into the moment. It's all relying upon God's grace, and anything that you have improved at, you have got better at, it is God's grace. Me getting up all those videos, God's grace. Me getting so much better as a communicator, God's grace. Me overcoming insecurities that I never could have thought. My smile, my hair, anything is God's grace, man. It's so beautiful. And if you're wondering right now and you're questioning, how is this going to happen? You have the weight of the world on your shoulders. Continue to say to yourself, take it into your days. For my grace is sufficient for you. I've been saying it to myself. Your grace is sufficient for me. For your grace is sufficient for me. For your grace is sufficient for me. I took it into my recent Bible study that I went into, just saying that to myself. I was tired before I went into that because I didn't get much sleep. You know, my hair is getting super long right now, so it's like I normally get it cut because before I go to that Bible study. But I'm like, your grace is sufficient for me. It's all right. I'm gonna be okay. I don't need to have a perfect haircut. I don't need to have perfect sleep. I don't need to be on my perfect energy, having it perfect, having it going into there. For your grace is sufficient for me. And all of a sudden, the weight of the world starts to drop. It's like, I don't need anything to happen. If it goes terribly, your grace is sufficient for me. I know that. We can understand that, and we can go into our lives with that, relying and leaning on that grace. It's such a beautiful thing. It can free you from the things that you're worrying about. It can free you from your insecurities. It can free you from all that stuff that you're putting on your own back and put it onto God's back, because He's got some huge shoulders and He can handle it. So today, hope you're able to go into life. Hope you're able to go into this next week just chanting that to yourself, reminding yourself of that. For your grace is sufficient for me. For your power is made perfect in weakness. There's also something else that goes along with that. Paul also says, therefore, I will boast about my infirmities, which basically means boast about my weaknesses all the more, so that the power of Jesus may rest upon me. For when I am weak, I am strong. So when you're weak, when you have those insecurities, when you have those things that you wonder, are they going to hold me back? The more that you rely on God's strength in those things, the stronger that you actually are. Love you guys very much, man. Hope you guys are having a blessed week. I will be praying for y'all. Continue to do the best that you can out there today. Love you guys. Peace.